Welcome to Strange Bedfellows, a Julian Fellowes fan cast. I'm Kirt Graves.
And I'm Stefanie Jochman-Deepak. Today we are discussing the fourth episode of the 2012 miniseries Titanic.
It's all over. We're finally done.
Yes,
We've made it to the end.
I have so many thoughts. I'm excited to share them. So many thoughts, but I think those thoughts will move by quickly.
Yeah.
This is the first episode. Well, I guess this is the episode that does not give us flashbacks. So 2 and 3, we flashed back to someplace before the boat.
Yes.
This time we start on the boat, in dinner, with dinner in first class. The specially arranged dinner that Paolo, I think, was setting up for, right?
Yeah.
And finally, Patrick from Schitt's Creek is back.
Yay. Welcome back, Noah. Noah Reed. Yeah.
Yes. And other first-class diners are there. They're sort of making jokes at the expense of Celia Imrie's character. And when we flash to where Celia Imrie is, Lightoller and Gibson are there, still continuing to be the only people who have chemistry on this program.
Yeah. It's almost quaint that we're flashing back to episode 1 stuff now. Again, with the way these stories were structured, I've nearly forgotten about all of this.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, just right before you forget, let's bounce back to these people. I was like, but I don't care about these people anymore.
No, I'm more invested in the people we just saw.
Yeah.
And we have a fun encounter with Molly Brown.
Sure. Yes, we get to see her now.
Yes, and she apparently rule of thumb, Molly Brown always has to be just like a mensch. Can we use that term for a woman?
Sure.
But always has to be just like a genuinely good spirit, right? When it's Kathy Bates in the 1998 film, she's helping everybody out. She's playing matchmaker. In this show, she is extending a hand of welcome to Celia Imrie when nobody else really is, trying to make the best of a bad thing.
Yeah. I mean, isn't that kind of how she's portrayed in history? I mean, granted, she sort of got to write her own story.
Right.
Because, she made it out and could tell,
Yes.
So she was like, I was the nice one.
Yeah.
I was really nice to everybody on the Titanic before it went down. I was the nice one.
Yeah. And Lightoller, by now you should have watched the episode, so he will also survive. By all accounts, a really good dude too.
Yeah.
He's
in our boat for sure.
Him. Yeah, he's in the boat. He goes on to save people in the Dunkirk evacuation.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was reading up on him as I was prepping our last trivia question. And the fact that he survives the Titanic, goes on to save men in Dunkirk, I think pretty extraordinary gentleman.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah. The last episode ended with the Italians stuck in a closet.
Yes.
So we get the resolution of that, where Paolo is able to shout for help. And who shows up to rescue the Italians? Peter the painter.
With a lockpick.
That he popped in his pocket the last episode when Mabel was like, can you fix my jewelry box? And that is not a euphemism.
Nice.
Thank you.
Gonna use that in the future. Here's my reaction, my notes in the moment. No way. Lubov has a lockpick? I appreciate this fist with your toes in Die Hard plot consistency. But wow. That suddenly we've decided every tiny little plot point needs to have a connection. Would have been lovely if you decided that in earlier episodes.
Nope. We're connecting all the dots now. That's all we get.
Yep.
Yeah. So not much more to the story there other than they get out. And this is the last time we see Peter, right? We don't see him again?
I don't think so.
Yeah. So all the Italians run and the water's already waist high. And he just kind of stands by the door that he just successfully unlocked, freeing all of those men.
So he has saved the Italians, and he has at least given the Maloney family a fighting chance.
Right.
Because he created a diversion so they could kind of run out when they were blocking steerage passengers from going onto the deck.
Mm-hmm. And it is interesting because Paolo is like, you will for sure go to heaven. If you die here, you will go to heaven. And he's like, I don't know about that.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm really glad at how that resolved, because it was pretty horrifying at the end of the last episode to think about what was going to happen to those men. Right. So at least they get a fighting chance. Not much of one, but something.
Yeah.
And then meanwhile, coming back to our first class diners, we go from this dinner and then flashing to I just keep saying Patrick, to Noah and Georgiana Manton, who like Paolo and Annie have had this whirlwind relationship on the boat, and he's trying to get her onto a boat, and he delivers this beautiful speech. Yes. Where he's saying something like, it is really a beautiful speech. And so again, my comment is, Patrick is a goner.
Yeah. I would like to talk about that speech for a little bit, because I do think this was a really fine piece of writing from Sir Fellowes, or Lord Fellowes. When he talks about, and I'm not familiar with this superstition, but it's introduced as like, if what they say is true, then I will be your good luck if I don't make it. Like anytime you find something you've misplaced, or you have a turn of good fortune, it will be me with you making that happen. And it's a really beautiful, lovely moment, and well written and well delivered.
Agreed. And another one of those moments where you see what this show could have been and kind of get angry at what it's not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if that relationship had been presented in a more organized way, in a more consistent way, I would have felt so much more invested. I said, Patrick is a goner, beautiful speech, but I feel nothing about these two people.
Correct. Yeah, we can acknowledge that it's beautiful, it's well done. It is not earned. That moment has not been earned.
Yeah, it's like, why do you have such like profound words for this woman we've seen you with for maybe all of 10 minutes?
Yeah.
If we put together their screen time.
Yeah.
15 if they're lucky.
Yeah. All right. So who else bites the bullet? We've got the Irish couple, Toby Jones and Maria Doyle Kennedy, who we love. We see just a little bit more of their story.
Yes. They're searching for a boat. There seems to be potential with a collapsible that they're trying to get off the boat. And I think it's like an overturned boat, and they're trying to do something with it, right? And
they're just trying to turn it over, which doesn't seem like it should take that much effort with that many people. But you know what? I've never tried to turn over an inflatable, collapsible lifeboat off the Titanic, so I don't know.
And things just seem like they're too late. And so they end up really holding on as the ship starts to sink into the water and turn vertically. Yep. And they eventually find themselves in the water, initially separated. But then Mrs. Batley spies Muriel. And so they're able to be together in the water. But she doesn't.
She's already gone.
Yeah. Yeah, she's more or less already gone. And I was mad.
Really?
Yes.
You thought they would make it?
I would have preferred that they both not make it.
Oh. Okay.
Or if one of them was going to make it, I would have preferred if she had made it. What?
It'd be her, yeah. Well, because, we can finish their story. Ultimately, he is rescued by the single lifeboat that makes its way back to try to pick up any survivors. Right. And he has to leave her behind, So that is its own tragedy of a way.
Yeah.
That by the time he finds her, she has already passed. And this is something I just wanted to bring up because, we did the anniversary of the Titanic was not so long ago. So there's actually been a lot of content out there in the last month or so. And one of the things that I saw was actually there is a museum where you can put your hand in a vat of water that has kept the temperature of what the Atlantic Ocean would have been.
Really?
Just to have a sense of like what it would have been like plunging into that, because I think a lot of people think like, oh, I would have like with the life vest, I could have swam, I would have been okay. Yeah. And I was watching this video, which is a lot of people reacting to just like how cold that water was. So I can't speak to the experience directly, but I saw a lot of people stick their hand in there and immediately bring it out, or like at most could keep it in for like 30 seconds before they were like, I got to take it out. Because hypothermia just would have set in so quickly because of how frigid and cold the water was that, just surviving because you can swim was not really a part of the equation. You needed to be out of the water or else your body was just going to shut down. And it seems to me like that was Muriel's fate. Like she seemed intact, but already gone.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, again, these scenes of people in the water, of them watching the boat sink, I mean,
affecting.
Already just as very affecting and really powerful, very harrowing, and they feel so unearned in the rest of the series. Really, it's so frustrating because it's done well. I feel like we complained about the effects in the first episode, but I feel like the effects are really good in this final episode. Like the money went towards the tanks and things like the water tanks and things like that. And
I do think I just want to say one thing about that. I think it benefits from the fact that it's at night.
Yeah.
VFX are easier to do in really dark atmospheres. So
fair point. But it works,
yes.
I think. And they capture the fear and the horror of this moment. And I just really wish the series had been built in such a way that we're horrified and terrified by the moment itself. There would be so much more investment if we cared about the people who are experiencing this fear and horror. I mean, the Badleys made me mad because I think they were one of the couples I felt like I knew the most about.
Sure. Yeah. Speaking of people we don't care at all about, at least I didn't, Jack Thayer comes back into the story. The guy who dances with, what's her name? Debbie Gibson from the first episode. I know that's not right. I know Debbie Gibson is the singer.
Her last name is Gibson. Dorothy
Gibson. Like, gets one dance with her in episode 1, and now he's like a huge plot point in the final episode because he's 17. He can't get on the lifeboat as a child, and he manages to swim to the overturned lifeboat, where he actually manages to survive. But also, I don't care. I mean, obviously, I'm happy that, a 17-year-old person in this situation survived. That's great. He's reunited with his mother at the end. But I don't care about him as a character.
No, I somewhere I have a comment. Who is this man? Why do we care about him?
Yeah, he got a whole lot of plot in the final hour of this series. That again, not earned. Not earned.
No. And I feel like there was no signal to us, like, pay attention to this kid. He's going to come back. Instead, it was just like, who are these two boys deciding if they're going to jump off the ship? Why them?
No idea. All right. So other people who I don't care about. Guggenheim. Apparently sleeping with a French whore. We get a whole scene of him.
Continuing to be like a bad commercial actor who doesn't know what production he's in.
Who cares?
His delivery is so flat, and has been flat this whole time.
Yeah,
I have no clue of his interiority.
No, and also he actually, in my mind, he makes a little funny. But watching it, I didn't think it was funny until I was like going through IMDb's like quotes from the episode, and I read it and I was like, oh, that's funny. I was like, but the way he delivered it wasn't funny. But
was it the foreigner thing?
No, he says something about like, I wouldn't want to be in the papers.
Oh,
and I was like, that's funny, but it wasn't delivered like it was funny.
No,
that was a funny line.
I want to, and I feel like I have seen this actor in other things, and he has been better in other things. I'm like, how were you directed? Were you put into this part 5 minutes before they started filming?
Maybe he just knew he had these like 2 scenes, and he's like, who cares? Just collect the paycheck.
And why are you giving us Guggenheim? Guggenheim has no connection to anybody else.
Yeah.
Like, Molly Brown interacts with Celia Imrie. Makes total sense.
In this final episode.
I mean, yes. And she's a well-known person. We know she's going to show up on a boat. Makes sense to put her in this series. Ismay, Mr. Maloney's working on the boat. Makes sense that we encounter him. The Churchill thing last episode felt like a bit of a throwaway. Right? But we know there are other, like the Astors get vaguely mentioned, but don't become characters. Why is Guggenheim here?
No idea.
Listeners, this is like the most passionate I've gotten about things.
I can't answer you because I don't know why he's there. I just don't. All right, let's get through some of these other, because we're finding out some of their fates. Poor Jim and Teresa. Oh, that girl should not have run away. Although we at least see in this episode why she ran away. It's because the officer manning the lifeboat says something like, if any more people come on, the boat will split. And she hears that and then runs.
Oh, I missed that.
Because it's very missable. It's really very missable. But I did catch that. I was like, oh, that's why she ran. Because she's the one who's afraid of the water. And he says, something along the lines of like, no more or the boat will split. And then she's out of there. But unfortunately, that sealed her doom. Because while Jim was able to find her, they were not able to escape.
No.
And his final moment is just saying, we will be together.
Yeah. It's awful.
It's awful.
Yeah. Maloney and Teresa are stuck. It's awful. The family with the baby who was basically stolen by the nanny and put on a lifeboat, and they were staying on the boat to try to find him.
Yep.
They are stuck, and it's awful.
Yep.
Just so much awfulness.
The Sandrini brothers, before the ship goes down, jump into the ocean to swim away. Mario finds his way onto that overturned lifeboat, and he survives. They find Paolo with the lifeboat that goes back for rescuers, and they take him out of the water. But by the time they get back to everyone else, he has passed, and it's Annie's there, and she finds him, and the officer who pulled him out says there was only a flicker of life. Only a flicker. And I was like, oh, what a beautiful way to say that.
Yeah, it is really beautiful. And nice that he has this moment with Annie, and you do really feel invested there.
Yeah.
My last note on this episode, I think I gave up after it, was Paolo is dead. This is dumb.
Yeah. I mean, I guess like props to not like pandering to our most basic instinct, which would be to let him and Annie at least get away and survive. So we can we can mourn the loss of like the life that they could have had together. And I do like, that's some brave storytelling. As somebody who records a lot of romance books where, they have their
miraculous survival.
Right. They have their merits, but like bravery from the author is not one of them because they have to get together at the end. To me was like affecting that, like she had this idea, like she had just been sold on this idea of the life they could have together. And now he's gone.
No, I do appreciate the reality of the storytelling here, and that it wasn't, because I thought for a moment I was like, oh wow, you're gonna give us this, and so right. I just want to say one other thing, just a language thing, because what Julian Fellowes did here is he talks about having only a flicker of life in Paolo, and then minutes later there's a little light on the horizon, and one of the women says, "Did you see that? I thought I saw a flicker of light." And just the use of flicker in both of those senses, one fading and one being the hope that the rest of them have for survival. I don't know if it was intentional, but I'm going to pretend like it was and say, well done. To use flicker in two different senses, one being lost and the other being hope. I liked that. That was really beautiful. I'm about to ruin that beautiful moment and share one of my
By all means.
One of my favorite lines in a very like Julian Fellowes moment. The ship goes down, and the first lifeboat that left totally under, not full enough with the terrible, terrible people on it, who are offering a $5 not to turn around and try to save people. When it goes down, the wife on the boat, well, Francatelli, there goes that beautiful night dress that you were so proud of. Like, that's her one line. Did you catch that one?
Yeah, but I didn't. I was like, what the hell is she talking about?
I don't remember them talking about the night dress. Like it was a very Julian Fellowes moment, and that was like the dry humor. And here's a woman trying to do like stiff upper lip, right? And also maybe demonstrating just how privileged she is, right? But I'm like, when did they talk about a night dress? I don't remember this conversation.
Yeah, nor do I. But then I was like, wait, is it a metaphor for the whole boat? Like, was he the one who designed the boat? Like, why was he here? Who was he? Like, was the boat his night dress? Did he describe it as that at some point? Or are they literally talking about a night dress?
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I don't either. Let's see. Anybody else's fates that we want to talk about?
Mr. Manton lives.
Mr. Manton survives. And, okay, another unsuccessful story beat is, so remember episode 1 ended with a cliffhanger of like, is Louisa Manton going to get on the boat? And we're like, we don't care. We don't like her. We finally get the resolution of that, which is that, yes, she does get on the boat because Manton says to her, like, take care of our daughter. And then she looks at him and is like, I'll take care of both of your daughters. So she knew about the affair. She knew about the daughter. And like, and now, like, are we supposed to be like, now I like her? Because I still don't.
Right. And I wondered, like, what did she know about the daughter prior to the revelation from Mrs. Batley? If she didn't, in what way was this moment ever earned?
No.
What happened in the last 20 minutes?
Right. Like, did he confess everything? That's why I think, like, she must have known the whole time.
Yeah. But also, even if she knew the whole time, what suddenly changed her mind?
Yeah, I don't know.
There is no opportunity to show her, having a change of heart, unless your big message is when you're faced with life and death, certain things feel forgivable, or, the heart opens, which, okay, yes, sure. But maybe give us a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, I simply didn't care. Yeah. I simply did not care. So,
and I really I'm mad that Mr. Manton made it.
Mm-hmm. Well, right. Because now that he's survived, like, awkward. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's, we're probably missing some other people, but, some people lived, some people died, and that was the Titanic. An ultimately disappointing miniseries from our otherwise esteemed Julian Fellowes. But would you recommend this series to a friend, Stefanie?
I think only if they want to be a Fellowes completist.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, I'd say skip it.
Skip this one. Skip this one.
I don't think it does. It doesn't do the historical moment justice. It doesn't do Fellowes' work as a writer justice. It doesn't do any of these characters justice. And I'm grateful that the producer took some responsibility.
Yeah, I agree.
For how much it doesn't work.
For how much it does not work. Yeah, the time jumping, going out of chronological order, it simply did not work. It interrupted the storytelling. You had no time to get attached to anybody, and there were too many characters. So, there you go.
Let's bring on some trivia, friend.
Well, before we get to that, I do just want to do one housekeeping note.
Yes.
So this episode will be our last for 2025. We're going to take a break for the holidays, and then we'll be back in January with season 2 of Downton Abbey.
Yay!
Yeah. So we'll go off your podcast feed for just a few weeks, but we'll be back in the new year. So thank you for listening. Tell your friends.
And I think our season 2 of Downton podcast will allow us to really extend the holiday season.
That's
season
true.
2 is the first Christmas special, and it is
That's
one
true.
of my favorites.
Very true.
A perennial watch in my house.
Love it. Every episode, one host will challenge the other with a trivia question related to the Julian Fellowes property we're discussing that week. Could be an actor, production, time period. Possibilities are endless. First, let's take a listen to my answer from last week.
We know that, that Charles Lightoller, the second officer, is one of my favorite characters on the show.
Yes.
So he's a real person, born in Chorley, Lancashire in 1874. So that's in northern England. And his family ran a cotton spinning mill, which is a typical business of that time period. Northern England, where he was from, and Northern Ireland, where Titanic sets off from, were popular industrial hubs in this period. And Lancaster, one of the most populous cities in Lancashire County, was, for a time, the foremost producer of a particular flooring material, thanks to the manufacturing empire of Lord Ashton, who is sometimes called Lord Lino. What flooring was Lancaster, the city, best known for producing?
Well, with that hint, I sincerely hope that it was linoleum.
You are correct.
Whew. I was like, is this person going to mislead me in such a way? Like, wouldn't it be wild if his nickname was like Mr. Lino and he produced like beautiful hardwood floors?
No, it was linoleum. And other fun fact related to Lord Ashton. So he built this memorial, which I have visited. It is the second largest memorial in the world that a husband built for his late wife. So it's second to the Taj Mahal.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is a really cool fun fact.
It's much smaller, but still the second largest in the world.
But it's still the second largest. So what you're saying is that somebody out there listening to this could outdo it.
Yeah.
If that's what you wanted to spend your final years building a shrine to a deceased wife, it's possible.
Yeah.
You could become the second largest.
Yes. You and Lord Lino.
Yes. Well, listeners, did you get it right? Stefanie gave us a very good hint, which is how I was able to get it right. Follow us on Instagram at Strange Bedfellows. That's Fellows with an ES, where we will be posting the trivia question and answer each week. This week, I have a trivia question for Stefanie.
All right, bring it on.
All right. So in the miniseries, the lifeboats are marked SS Titanic. This is an error. Photos taken of the Titanic as it departed show that the lifeboats actually read RMS Titanic. The Titanic was technically both. So what is the distinction? And for bonus points, what do the acronyms SS and RMS stand for? So, tune in next episode to find out if Stefanie got that right. If you think you know the answer, find this week's question over on Instagram and put your answer in the comments. This has been another episode of Strange Bedfellows. You've heard our thoughts, and now we want to hear yours.
The best way to get in touch with us is on Instagram. Again, that's at Strange Bedfellows with an ES in Fellows, or email us at strangebedfellows@gmail.com. You can also find our personal social media links in the show notes.
And if you would be so kind, please rate and review the show wherever you are listening to us right now, and subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. Thanks for listening.
We're setting sail.
Happy holidays. Happy New Year.
Happy holidays. Happy New Year.